Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight for our Village of Alsip committee meeting. Today is April 10th, 2023, and we'll call this meeting order at 7:30 p.m. Can you call the roll, please?
Trustee Dalzell?
Here.
Trustee Juarez Mendoza is absent. Trustee McLaughlin? Here. Trustee Murphy?
Here.
Trustee Navas-Esparza is absent. Trustee Peretta?
Here.
Mayor Ryan?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So before we start our reports, we've got a bid opening this evening for a water main replacements on 115th Place and 118th Place.
All right, we received 4 bids for this. Our first one is from Swallow Construction Corporation, located at 490 Topsoil Drive, West Chicago, Illinois, 60185. There is a bid bond. And I know they requested an addendum. That is also here. And the total proposed bid is $1,735,800. I'm sorry, $1,735,800. That's 1735800.00. Our second one is from H. Linden and Sons, located at 722 East South Street, Unit D, Plano, Illinois, 60545. There is a bid bond. And it does note on here the addendum is included. Their total bid amount is $1,663,970. That's 1663970.00. Our third one is from Aries Inc., located at 21825 Cherry Hill Road, Joliet, Illinois, 60433. There is a bid bond and there is an addendum. And their bid total is $1,785,000 even. That's 1785000.00. Okay. And the last one is from Trine Construction Corporation, located at 1041 Trine Court, St. Charles, Illinois, 60174.
So my guess is probably somewhere around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
There is a bid bond. There is the addendum. And their total proposed bid is $1,685,600. That's 1685600.00. And those were all the bids that we received.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll go to our officers' reports, starting with mine. First thing I had on my agenda here was a request for a consensus to create a new liquor license for the new owners of the banquet facility at 11501 South Cicero, pending approval of the application, as the owner's financier is requesting confirmation of this license. And just so everybody understands, what happens is the current facility owner, Jeff, did put in for a new liquor license, but never got one yet. He was in the middle of still reselling the establishment, has a new buyer, and whenever something like this lags for over a year and he didn't renew it within a year, it falls off our books, so we have to create another license.
But didn't we just do that a couple months ago when he decided not to sell?
We have a consensus.
We just gave consensus to do that for him, but...
Well, I was saying, but it's for the address, it's not for the person, so...
Exactly.
The property already has consensus to create a new license.
Understood, but I did consult with legal, and they just wanted to make sure, like, in other words, we were still in favor of creating a liquor license for this particular establishment, and he needs that for his financing, basically, that's all. So, can I ask, Clerk, can you take a consensus, please, for that?
Sure. Trustee Dalzell?
Yes.
Trustee Juarez Mendoza is absent. Trustee McGawhorn?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Navas Esparza is absent. Trustee Peretta?
Yes.
You have your consensus.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Next, we don't have that much on our agenda, but we've got a group in front of us I'd like to address at this time in the interest of their time. Under planning, zoning, and licenses, who's got that committee?
I think I got
Guess that
that.
would be me tonight.
I got that, Mayor.
We're looking at number 2.
Number 2, yeah, we have a discussion of case number 2023-03-S-300-V-200, B-1 business to B-1 business special use for a gas station, variance for gas station sign, village signs, and 3-foot setback at the rear lot line for the property located at 11458 South Cicero Avenue. The Planning and Zoning Commission held a hearing on March 22nd, 2023, with a vote of 6-1 in favor of.
So before we start, real quick, I did get an email this afternoon from our attorney, Gary Perlman. Gary was here, gentlemen, for your hearing when you're here for the Plan Commission. And Gary did want to remind everybody that regarding the petition for 11458 South Cicero Avenue, the petitioner is actually seeking a 0 feet rear yard setback, not a 3-foot as we had on our agendas. The petition that was submitted to the village was not clear, and the notice of hearing that was published indicated that the petitioner was seeking a 3-foot rear setback. The commission unanimously approved the 0-foot rear yard setback. For the purposes of the committee meeting this evening, the board members should be made aware of the discrepancy. Any authorization for preparation of an ordinance approving the special use should be specifically provide for a 0-foot rear yard setback as approved by the Planning and Zoning Commission. Is that accurate, everybody? Yeah, okay. Thanks. I had saw the drawings. I knew that too, because they wanted to keep the driveway that ran behind you folks. You can't even have a door that swings into that driveway. So you're basically on the left and the right of everything then too, right? Okay. Barb, do you want to speak to the what you're building over there?
Hello everyone, my name is Param. I'm from Quick Run. Quick Run is a convenience store gas station chain that we have recently launched in Illinois, Indiana. We are up to 8 locations currently that are open. Closest one around here being Lamont, Illinois. And Quick Run builds stores that are a little bit high-end compared to the newer stores I see going up in this area. We like to put in like 18-foot ceilings. This Alsip gas station we're proposing will have an 18-foot ceiling. There'd be wooden planks on the ceiling. Usually there's drop tile on the ceiling. So we put that kind of stuff. We put premium shelves, a lot of cooler doors. It's just energy drinks, water, variety, a lot of added doors in our cooler space. We go with our floors, a lot higher end floors. We use really odd tile sizes, like 8 inches by 48 inches. So if we guys ever have a chance to look at the Lamont, Illinois Quick Run, we're basically wanting to create something premium like that in our location here at 11458 South Cicero Avenue. There is a need for a gas station there. We're in this area. We're trying to keep our footprint for the new Quick Run stores within 40 miles from each other. So when I was going through the Alsip area looking for a new location to build, we saw a gap here on 115th Street for a convenience store. Going west about 3 miles, 2.9 to be exact. There's no gas station there. Going east, about 1.9 miles, no gas station. So there's like a 5-mile stretch on 115th, which has a lot of use, about 20,000 cars a day. So no gas station there, nothing, about 0.9 miles north on Cicero. There is other stores in between, but not on Cicero directly. And going about 0.9 miles south. So in convenience store world, that's a big area to cover for a convenience store, a lot of potential. And then I looked at the stores that were here. We're like, what we're looking to offer is a lot more premium product. Our coffee machines, you hit the button, it's a touch screen, it grinds the coffee beans, makes you a fresh cup of coffee. A lot of stores are starting to have that now, but we have that, in our store from day one. Lighting, everything is LED, new lights, new pumps, new parking lot. So it's about time we got something new done here. But I know why the challenge was there, why it never got developed on that corner. After our first month of investigation of the property, we find out there's some pending items with Illinois EPA regarding a former gas station that used to be there. Used to be an Amoco down there, and they took out the tanks, but they never cleaned up the contamination. 12 years ago, they took out the tanks. The site was contaminated, the dirt was contaminated. They just filled it back up and left it as is. We are looking to remediate the site. So since the site was contaminated, I'm pretty sure people before me approached that site, and when they learned the contamination, it's not cheap cleaning the contamination. It could go upwards of $400,000 or $500,000. Sometimes it's little like $100,000. It's just a big question mark how much it could cost. I've seen some sites happen for $50,000, but the risk is there. And so with a gas station use, we're able to justify the cleanup. If I was putting, for example, like a drive-through restaurant in that corner, I would never buy that property for a drive-through restaurant, because although the traffic is there, it's on a nice intersection, the cost ratio to the sales of a restaurant doesn't justify cleaning up the site. When a gas station comes in, it has a lot more revenue than a restaurant does, and we're able to justify the cost of cleaning down there. So that's what we're looking to do. We're being strategic about how we're going to clean up. The biggest thing we're looking to tackle is where the old tanks used to be. They were parallel to 115th Street. We're going to put our new gasoline tanks there, which are going to be, old tanks were made out of steel. We're looking to put the new tanks made out of fiberglass, which are double-walled and monitored 24/7. When I say monitor 24/7, guys, These tanks have sensors in them. If the gas is leaking from the first wall and leaks into the second wall, I cannot sell a gallon of gas. It shuts the system down. It has to be taken care of. The old tank was made out of steel, didn't have no sensors probably. Oh, well, they weren't even invented back then. So that's, what we're looking to do. So same spot where the old tanks were, we're putting in actually a little bit bigger tank. So we're going to go deeper than where the old tank was. Take out all that dirt, that contaminated dirt, haul it off to a Subtitle D landfill, I believe. And so that's going to help partially clean it up. And then there's our environmental team that will be taking a look at it, doing other measures to clean it up, whatever they see fit. So that helps, taking out the old dirt that's contaminated, putting in the new dirt, and then, doing whatever more our environmental team seems fair to clean up the site. So we're looking to do that, clean up the site. We're looking to put the site in use. It's been 12 years and nothing's been done there. So we're looking to finally give it something after 12 years. And then, I believe our store will generate really good revenue because gas is like $4 over right now. And so sales tax is 1% for every gallon, 1% for everything we sell inside. That goes, back into the community. So, besides all that, we're just looking to do a nice product, premium product, not just an average convenience store with a 10-foot ceiling. It's a nice open space. It's going to be open like this room. There's going to be no walls in the middle, and people will really like that. And we'd like to have the opportunity, if we can, to go forward with our plan. I'm here to answer any questions.
And just so I can share with everybody too, are you still staying with the same plan we talked about? You're not a 24-hour operation?
Yes, none of the quick run stores are 24-hour guys. We open 5 in the morning, we close at 11 p.m. And that's all the stores, and this one will be the same way. We're not looking to go 24 hours at all. And you guys can put that in the paperwork that we close at 11, open at 5, and I'm okay with that.
Okay. I was able to meet with Parm prior, and obviously I think it's a great concept. I've seen the layouts. I met your team. Brian, you were part of the construction team at Gas and Wash and stuff yet too, right? Yeah. And Dave Bernie, I said, Dave, I just met you, but good things yet too. Yeah, I know this is your world. You build things and stuff yet too. So yeah. And Bill's here from Chicago Billboard as well too. And Bill, that was because you're putting in a message board there too. Are you doing both or just yours?
Just one.
Just the message board. Okay.
And it will mirror off what Parm is doing for the facade. So his brickwork will match the other 2 reader boards for his gas. So everything will be symmetrical and look the same.
Okay. The one you just did looks really nice out in front of Las Fuentes. I think it might really go.
Spruce it up with some landscaping and other things, just like the one on 123rd. Some things that have died over the seasons, and we have to reverse and just make sure it looks a little bit better. From a purpose standpoint.
We got nearby communities actually advertising for jobs, and what are you going to do? It's business is business and stuff yet too, So, Board, did you have any questions for Parm on the gas station convenience store that he's building at 115th and Cicero?
Mayor, the gaming room, if I may ask, I see there's no door. Are you planning on putting a door to obscure children from seeing gaming going on?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry about the plans not showing it correctly.
Okay.
These are all concept plans we're
Sure.
going through. But yes, currently what we're doing at all the stores is there's about a 4 or 5 foot drywall that we put all the way around the area. There is a little opening about 3.5 feet, I believe, that goes up to the corner of the gaming room. And then after that, about 78 or 82 inches, I believe, last time I was just measuring this the other day. We put, so from 4.5 foot to 82 inches, we put frosted glass where nothing can be seen inside. So we are willing to, we are wanting to do that in Alsip as well.
Okay. And how many employees are you going to have working at any time?
Typically 16 employees, part-time, full-time, stockers, cleaners, all that. So 16 around.
How about how many employees working at any given time?
Never one, and usually, currently, like I was at the store today, we schedule based on sales about 4 employees minimum, and depending on the sales, it's 5 to 6, but 4 minimum. 2 are at the register, 1 stocking, 1's cleaning, so 4.
Very good.
Okay. Bill, I appreciate you coming out, but as far as, in part, I'll finish with you first. Thank you very much for coming out tonight. Obviously, today's a committee meeting, and we'll put this to a vote next Monday and stuff to get that going. When are you thinking about, Dave, when are you thinking about throwing a shovel in the ground? When are you going to get started, do you think? Gotcha, okay, all right. All right, all right.
We picked up. We have Quick Run's been built by 3 builders, and this guy is the quickest one. And
Okay.
we are like, hey, Alsip is the one we don't want to waste a single day on construction, so he's handling it from day one.
Board, I'm just hearing this evening about the remediation, which probably further supports, I did talk to Parm about, obviously, when you're taking blighted property off the books is always very important to me as well as our community, our board. As you said, that land has been dormant for at least a dozen years. We're not bringing any revenue in off of something like that. And now, I didn't know that you've got remediation issues with the ground. I did have a former employee tell me that there could be an issue, so I'm glad you guys looked into that and stuff. So Parm did ask about a 5-year help with the 7C program, which certainly I can see with that extra cost, you're going to need that help, that's for sure, and stuff yet,
Oh,
too.
yeah, so it's going to be extra cost, as you said, with remediation. 7C would definitely be greatly.
It's just a 5-year board, not a 12 or anything like that, but a little something to help these guys and stuff yet, too. But yeah, you've got a lot of work. You got a lot of work to clean that up and stuff.
Yes,
too.
I'm working on. And another thing with the remediation, guys, it's not like something we think is going to work like this. We are. I've been working on a project in Olympia Fields, Illinois. Same thing happened there. With the contamination issue, we got that done in less than 2 years. I want to say about 17 months. We will be getting our NFR letter from Illinois EPA end of April, knock on wood, if everything works out great. So we have closed on the property. We talk back and forth. We know what they're looking for. And so we actually, this site even has a remediation plan ready. It's called CPA, Corrective Action Plan, dated 2019, but nobody ever did anything about it, the old property owner. So we're willing to, since we already have that, we're willing to take and run with it, and that gives us a heads up, so we're able to get that done quicker.
Well, we certainly appreciate your interest in development, and especially in the community here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you end up acquiring the cellular tower as well?
So there is like 3 properties in that corner. So we got the corner with the gas station, and the cell phone tower is a different parcel owned by Gemelec. So that's not in our.
That's kind of why we had the 0 setback, because Gem wanted to keep their driveway that ran through, so that's west of the driveway, that would be theirs.
Right.
Okay. And Bill, if you can speak to just your billboard sign, it's just a typical billboard that we've been seeing on other, just the 45-degree angle, single-faced and all that?
It would be a single face, a 6x12, 72 square feet, very similar to what we just installed over at Las Fuentes. You will not have the side pillars because Parm was sensitive to visibility.
Thank you.
So we're going to put some junipers on the side as opposed to the side columns like you see at Las Fuentes. So it's 72 square feet, 6x12 with a 4-foot wall in the front. Would have the illumination of the letters as well. So
I appreciate you guys doing that. I actually did look at the one at Las Fuentes, and seriously, if a truck parked there, you would have the same visual, so it really didn't take any away, but Cicero was different, and I can appreciate you guys keeping that back a little bit and stuff yet, too. That's great. Okay, thank you very much. Any questions for Bill, board? Okay, thanks, Bill. All your products look great so far and everything. Everything's good.
In about a month when we get, some new plantings in there, so.
Right. Okay. Gentlemen, it's just a committee, you guys are welcome to go if you wish. I mean, unless you want to hear about the rest of our lives here and stuff, but, yeah. Well, thank you very much for coming out tonight, guys.
All right, thank you.
So we'll finish with our reports. We'll go back to Clerk Harding.
Thank you, Mayor. I have the presentation of the April 3rd, 2023 board meeting minutes, and that was all I had.
All right, thank you. We didn't have an engineer this evening, but Mike, I appreciate the email that we shared today about the MFT streets. And board, just so you know, right now, Mike, you want to grab a microphone real quick? The streets that we're looking at so far here are a lot of these half streets that go, like, let's call them a block, like from Pulaski back to like Springfield or Harding, right?
Correct. Yeah, over by the Ward Township building at 116th and Pulaski. So back there, Springfield Avenue, 116th, 117th. Those streets over there between Pulaski and Springfield.
Yeah, they're bad. Those are things.
Yeah.
I know we wanted to try, so go ahead. You can probably recite that better than I, but I saw the list today. What else were we looking at, Mike?
Lombard Avenue in Kedvale.
Right.
And 124th and 126th, so over by Station 1. And then section of LaPorte Avenue between 116th up to Bobby Noonan School, so closer north to...
Oh, yeah, that one's shot. That's where that big dip is at back over
Right.
there, yeah.
And then the cul-de-sac there at the end of Laverne between
There's a turnaround, is
116th
that-
north.
Okay. And then we were saying, for sure, next year, because this only goes so far, we want to do 120th from Pulaski to like Keeler?
Correct.
Okay. And then we'll
And then Karlov and Kamensky from 120th to 115th.
right.
So we actually had applied some for the CDBG grant.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that we'll be awarded some money to help fund that project there, Kamensky and Karlov and 120th for next year.
And after we get done, now, we just had the bid opening for 115th place and 117th place. So next year, we would follow behind that to...
Yeah, that's the idea,
To
is to follow
resurface
behind,
it.
right.
Right. This is too soon to resurface because there's too much work going on there.
Correct.
Okay. So, yeah, that street rather is done. That's a main feeder too, to grab all those short streets out of David Estates.
2000 is when they redid this, 115th place last.
2000?
2000, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we're going to be starting the Rebuild Illinois resurfacing program the week of April 18th. We're expected to be done with that by June 26th.
Mike, I had a resident stop me. Oh, that'd be great. I had a resident stop me yesterday. Engineers are marking off for the safe routes to school.
Mm-hmm.
Is that this year yet or next year?
Next year.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
They're just getting all the engineering lined
Correct.
up.
Yep.
And I told him, I said, I was pretty much of the impression we're only doing the east side of the street, right? We're not doing both sides.
Right, we're just doing east side of LeClaire up to 117th, down 117th to Lawler, and then over to Hazel Green.
To the school, right.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, he thought he saw him on the west side of the street, too. I says, maybe just to, maybe where they were setting up their tripod, that kind of thing, too. But they're siting the east side. They're not working on the west side of the street.
Correct.
That's what I told him. I said, I'm positive of this just about
Yeah.
and stuff yet, too. Okay. All right. I told him I'd get back to him if there was anything
I
changes.
talked to him today, too.
Oh, you did?
Told me, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, we're good then.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Public forum, did anyone in the audience wish to address the board this evening? Were you here for school? Did you get a agenda? You know what? You got an extra? Yeah, here's an agenda. You're going to need one that you can turn back in at school. That's way you can follow along with the meeting. Next, we'll go to our standing committee reports, start with Finance and IT. Trustee McGlowan.
Thank you, Mayor. I will have the usual list of payroll and accounts payable for approval next week, and that's it.
All right, thank you. Next, we have the Fire Committee report. Trustee Murphy.
I have a discussion of selling ambulance 2002 to the Village of Robbins, and we have Chief Szynski.
All right, thank you. So ambulance 2002 is a rechassied ambulance. It was our last rechassied ambulance. The original ambulance was purchased back in 2001. It was rechassied in 2011 with the Chevy chassis. The box was refurbished at the same time. In 2021, when we placed our order for our last ambulance, had a trade-in value of about $5,000. Like I said, it's a Chevy diesel. We actually had, it was one of the original ones that had the DEF system. We had all kinds of problems with it, so we, once it was out of warranty, we decommissioned the DEF system, which kind of saved a little bit of money taking it in all the time. 2002 is our reserve ambulance. It was running frontline out of Station 2, while 2032, the ambulance that got hit last fall, was being repaired. It is done. We're just waiting for IDPH to come out and inspect it and a few other things, so 2002 will be ready to go out. The Robbins Fire Chief expressed interest in it. About a year ago, they went back to running their own ambulance service, so they purchased a brand new ambulance. They had an older ambulance from Orland. It was donated to Orland about probably 3 or 4 years ago, 2 or 3 chiefs ago, when they originally talked about going with an ambulance service again, or providing their own ambulance service. The ambulance sat there. It had all kinds of mechanical issues. Last month, their brand new one went down with suspension problems. They had trouble with the old Orland ambulance one, so they ran about 2.5 weeks where they had to have another department come in and run all their EMS calls while both their ambulances were out of service. We got a conversation about our ambulance, looking at getting rid of it. Once 32 came back, we were looking at getting rid of it. So here we are at this point. They're interested in it. Like I said, the chassis is a 2011. The box is a 2001. Right now it has almost 88,000 miles on it. The chassis was actually purchased by the Foreign Fire Board, not the village, back in 2011. That's when we were getting some pretty good checks back then as well. When somebody asked me earlier what we wanted to do with it, my first thought is, well, why don't we send it to Ukraine, because that's where we're sending all the old fire apparatus now. It'll run good as a reserve ambulance. It's not designed as a frontline ambulance. With the box being as old as it is, you're going to start seeing more components, but at least they get 2 or 3 years out of it. It's better than what they have right now, and it's, going to a local department. So, like I said, fire services were going to give us $5,000, 2 years ago at this point or whatever. So I'd be good with $3,000 just to get rid of it at this point.
Chief, so the ambulance, the ambulance itself is a 2011 with 88,000. And how old is the box?
The chassis is, yep. The box is a 2001.
01.
Yes.
You said there was a new box in 2011?
No, it was a new chassis in 2011. It got shipped up to Minnesota. They pulled the old box off. They put a new chassis in and repainted the box and did some minor work on the box itself.
Chief, do we have any of this maintenance, and let's say on this particular vehicle, is any of this in Brightly yet?
No, we haven't. We don't have the manpower. We don't have nothing in Brightly. Everything we have is all hand copies of everything yet.
Do we, you probably wouldn't know off the top of your head, you got a lot of equipment over there, but any idea what we spent in maintenance on that thing over the last 2-3 years?
Not off the top of my head, no. I know it's been out for several things.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it's chassis problems. It's just Chevy's notorious for chassis problems.
How many miles are on it, Chief?
Almost 88,000.
88,000?
Yeah. It's got the original power load in there that we purchased back in 2012. The original power cot, and they only have about a 7-year shelf life. So, I mean, it's, there's not much lifespan in either one of those.
Where's it parked now? You house one?
It's still running at Station 2 until we get IDPH to come recertify 2032.
Oh, okay. Oh,
so it's still running frontline at Station 2 right now, at least for the next couple of weeks.
And just so the board knows, we were talking about this at the our staff meeting recently. We got the new shift commander vehicle?
Yes, it's in service now, yes.
Okay.
It's in service about 3 weeks now, 2-3 weeks.
Good. How'd that wrap? I didn't get a chance to see it.
The wrap turned out very well.
Yeah?
I'm very happy with it, yes.
Trustees, any question for the chief? Okay. All right, thanks, chief.
All right. You want me to bring something back to the meeting next week, or get an offer from them, or what do you want to do?
From,
From Robbins, see what,
yeah,
they'll-
why don't you
all right.
confirm, see, and
Okay.
make sure they still want it or
Yeah,
whatever.
absolutely.
All right.
All right, thank you.
All right. All right, thank you. Next, let's go to the police and traffic safety report. Trustee Dalzell?
Nothing for this evening's agenda, Chief?
Just have the monthly report next week. I didn't put it on there, so.
Okay,
We'll present the monthly report for next week.
all right. And Chief, you were saying too at the last staff meeting, the supply chain finally broke loose. We're just waiting in line to get your vehicles outfitted and stuff yet too, huh?
Correct, yeah, there's a long line of vehicles to be outfitted.
Okay.
I think we just got the admin vehicle back, and I think they took a patrol one to start working on that, so hopefully in the next week or two, we'll get one of those back.
Okay. Thank you. Then we'll go to our public work and boat launch committee, I should say.
I have a presentation of the Public Works Department March 2023 monthly activity report, and that's all I have, sir.
Thank you. Sewer and water report, committee.
There is no report, Mayor.
Trustee, just so you know, last week I did approve a check for a vehicle the board approved for the water department. And that vehicle, the chassis and everything was ready, but they're waiting on a utility box as well, too. So that was shipped to Monroe, who does the utility body fitting. And Danny says, how long, Mike? 5 months, maybe, something like that. You want to know if we want to park it here. I said, why risk having like a hailstorm or something like that, and we own it and stuff? Let's have somebody else throw a rug over it and stuff then, too, But anyway, the vehicle's, we've got it, but it's not ready yet and stuff then, too. So hopefully we'll see it in the next 5 months. It should be back. Where's Monroe at, Mike? Is that Illinois or is that out of town?
Illinois, I don't know exactly. I believe it's up in
Addison?
Addison.
Okay. Next, building and health report, Trustee Peretta.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a presentation of the Building Department March 2023 monthly activity report. In that report, there were 78 permits issued. The amount collected, including inspection fees, was $25,798, and the estimated cost of construction is valued at $44,645,649. Is that correct? Does that sound right, Commissioner? Correct. All right. Next, I have a request for approval for the Village Sportsman's Club to hold a fundraiser on their property from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Saturday, June 3rd, 2023. This will be done in cooperation with the American Knights Motorcycle Club of Illinois. The proposed fundraiser's proceeds will be donated to the Chicago Police Department's Memorial Foundation. The proposed fundraiser will be conducted solely on the Village Sportsman's Club property and is intended to include live music and food. It sounds like a great event.
They do that every year.
Yeah.
About the same time.
And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Next, Human Resource and Insurance, Trustee Murphy.
Other than interviews still ongoing, I have no report, sir.
I gave everyone a job description this evening, too, to take a look at for the fire assistant / liaison to the fire department. Please take a look at that, and if you see anything that you wanted to address, please let me know. In the meantime, we're talking with our attorney right now. He's approving this at the same time. He's just making sure that we cover all the bases on this description, and hopefully we get an ASME contract approved real soon yet, too, so we'll see what happens with that. I did work on a red line version today with Attorney Mike Kankar, and we're hoping to hear back soon with that. We could set up a meeting. Next, we have the special committee reports. We'll start with Economic Development Committee.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a request to approve having the village attorney draft a resolution from the Village of Alsip supporting and consenting to a Class 7C tax incentive based on new construction and substantial rehabilitation of the property located at 11650 Pulaski Road, Alsip, as this was the incentive offered to the developer prior to the start of construction to entice new development in the Pulaski Business Corridor. And that's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Next, we have Village Properties, Trustee McLaughlin.
Next week for approval, we'll have the presentation of the March 2023 activity report. And that's it, Mayor.
Thank you. We're actually, Trustee Dalzell, I know we were talking last time about cameras and stuff. We can talk during the week and stuff then too, but let me know whatever you have. I'm happy to take a look at that yet too. Okay, thanks. All right, we'll go to ordinance and legislation. Trustee Peretta.
No report this evening, Mayor.
All right, thank you. We still have one item left under planning and zoning and licenses, number 1.
Yes, Mayor. Let's see. Number 1, presentation of a list of licenses dated March 27th, 2023 through April 7th, 2023.
All right, thank you. Did anybody have any presentations, petitions, or communications? None? Anybody have any unfinished business or new business? We need to adjourn to a closed session and come back. I've got something just real quick under a regular board meeting, so we'll come back to that after we get done with the closed session. But I need to go to closed session to discuss the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee of the public body or against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity pursuant to 5 ILCS 120/2, Chapter 1. Can I get a motion and a second to do that?
Motion to adjourn to closed session.
Second.
Are you adjourning or recessing?
Yeah, because the other meeting's
Special.
It's a board meeting, so
Okay.
we'll adjourn to
I
it.
just want to
Yeah.
make sure. All right, roll call number 2 to adjourn to closed session. Trustee Dalzell?
Yes.
Trustee Juarez Mendoza is absent. Trustee McLaughlin?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Navas Barza is absent. Trustee Peretta?
Yes.
Motion carries to adjourn to closed session.
Thank you very much. The time now is 8:13 p.m., so we'll adjourn to a short closed session, and we'll come back for a short special board meeting.
Mayor, one thing real quick, Chicago firefighter Pelt's being buried this Friday as his services. He's being buried at Lincoln Cemetery at 123rd in Kedzie. So it's probably going to jazz up some of the traffic between Kedzie from 119th to 127th, then also 123rd in our area as well, so.
We can post something on our...
Yeah, as we get closer, I already talked to Chief Miller. As soon as I find out better with the times and conditions, I'll send it out, and we can post that.
Sounds good. Thanks much, guys. Thank you. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening. Hey, do you want us to send a agenda? Usually
Usually they want it to.
Yeah, they want it signed. So they
prove
know
you were here. That kind of thing,
Sometimes
know?
you got to come back
Thank
with pictures.
It's like picking up